last 2 weekends. This is the Philadelphia Public League Class 6A Football Championship here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Today, the Abraham Lincoln Rail Splitters look to pull off what would likely be considered an upset against one of the top teams, not just in Philadelphia, but in the entire Keystone State, the Imhotep Charter Panthers. Hello, everyone. Morgan Killian Mosley here with you. The Rail Splitters got to the Public League 6A final by taking down the Northeast Vikings by a whopping 39-0 margin. As for Imhotep, the Panthers took down the George Washington Eagles 35-14 last week to get themselves here. As you could see by the coin toss, Abraham Lincoln won it. They deferred. Imhotep will receive the opening kickoff. We will have that in just a moment. Ready at Martin Memorial. Kickoff is approaching. The Rail Splitters will receive the correction. It will be the Panthers receiving the opening kickoff. We shall see if Lincoln can pull off the upset and avenge a September 20th loss to Imhotep 35-6. All right. It is Zion Brettel to kick it away. We are underway from Martin Memorial. Oh, my. Oh, a bit of hesitation, and it ends up being an onside kick. Lincoln recovers. Wow. Early mistake for the Panthers, and this is going to end up in outstanding field position for Lincoln. They will have it at the TEP 25. Interesting. What? Actually, mark it at the 24. All right, now. In the shotgun. 2 receivers to each side. The RPO over the right. Finds a man. One play touchdown. Zion Brettel cranks it to the house. First play of the game, and Lincoln with the first strike. Hello. Interesting. Never would have expected this. Michael McElwain for the extra point for the Rail Splitters. and came across early. Interesting. Declining the penalty here. Quick snap. McElwain adds the extra point. A surprising start. A bit of trepidation from the Panthers leads to the recovery of the kickoff by Lincoln, and it leads to a one-play touchdown and a 7-0 lead. This is not the start that Imhotep head coach Devon Johnson wanted. He knows his team's unit is going to have to show a little less caution with this ensuing kickoff. We shall see. All right. McElwain to kick it away. Kick is off. Fielded at the 15. Cutting back inside. Finds a hole. Escape. Brought down at the 40. Ooh. Heck of a return there by Malik Drayton. If he had been able to escape, he might have taken it to the house. So, Tep will have their first possession. Mark it at their own 40. So, receiver spread, 2 to each side for the Panthers here. In the pistol is the quarterback. The handoff, working on the outside, and a gain of 3, make it 4 perhaps, for Jabri Wallace-Coleman, the senior running back, the soon-to-be Penn State Nittany Lion next year. Second and 6. On the RPO, trying to dodge it man. Back inside. Oh! Able to hang on barely, ends up getting back to the line, but no farther. Ends up being a 1-yard gain. Let me correct myself. So now 3rd and 5. Joe McLeish in the shotgun for Tep. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Now motion. McLeish rolls to his right. They pick up the blitz. Fires over the right. Incomplete. Heck of a break up there. Nice work by Lincoln's Jameer Duncan to get a hand on it, but hold the phone. Roughing the passer called, and Tep is still alive. Wow. A bit of a break for Tep. They get bailed out by the penalty. And Tep will take it. And Tep will get themselves a first down at the Lincoln 40. Trips to the near side. ISO to the far. McLeish in the shotgun with Wallace-Coleman alongside him. They'll hand it to Wallace-Coleman. Cuts off the left tackle. Inside the 30. Out of bounds. Mark him at the 29. Gain of 11. Move the chains. Nice work by Jabri Wallace-Coleman. From the 29. Formation remains the same. Wallace-Coleman actually now shifts to the pistol. Handoff. Bounces off the right side. Gets to mark him at the 23, I would say, for Wallace-Coleman. Gain of 6. Tep trying to working quickly. McLeish in the pistol. And off again. Up the middle. Gets the first down. A bit more. Mark him at the 13. 10 yards on the ground. Formation shifting. Wallace Coleman on the force. From the 13 in the red zone. Handoff again. Wallace Coleman up the middle. Working his way forward. Inside the 10. Inside the 5. Actually, mark him just inside the 5. 8 more yards on the play for Jabri Wallace Coleman. No huddle offense continuing for the Panthers. Actually mark it at the 4, so 2nd and 1 after the 9-yard gain. Trip stacked to the near side. The hand, no, McLeish will take it himself, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Imhotep. Joe McLeish, the keeper on the 4-yard run, and a quick response from the Panthers. Nice work by Jabri Wallace Coleman, and a good play call to set it up. The little RPO keeper. And meanwhile, gotta make sure they get enough guys on the sideline. Smart call by the holder here. For the extra point. Kick is no good. Wide to the right. So, with just 2 minutes 40 seconds into this one, Lincoln has themselves the 7-6 lead. Lincoln has themselves a 7-6 lead. Joe McLeish to kick it away for Tep. Sends it away. From the 6. Working off the far side. He will get to the 22, no farther. Lincoln will start their drive there. One play strike for the Lincoln offense after recovering the kickoff, the opening kickoff, I should say. So let's see how the Rail Splitters will do with a much longer field to have to navigate. First down for Lincoln from their own 22. 4 receivers. The RPO. Slings it over the left side, working his way. Brought down at the 34. Gain of a dozen, but Brettel moves the chains. Actually, correction, making a gain of a baker's dozen to the 35. Two straight passing plays. Zion Brettel, nicely done. Again, 2 receivers to each side.
Okay, now I'm going to look at the field. I know I've got everybody framed up. I remember where they were.
Corner shifting. Play action. Over the right. Finds a man. First down and more. Brettel again. 50, 40. Still on his feet at the 35. Wrapped up there. Zion Brettel absolutely on fire thus far. Gain of 30 on that play. Brettle, 3 catches already for 67 yards. 4 minutes into this first quarter, a 7-6 lead for Lincoln. They're looking to increase it on this drive. From the TEP 35. Pumps, rolling to his right, fires, complete, working his way. Gain of about 2 this time, perhaps. Brettle again. Much better play by the Imhotep D. Let's see. Actually, they're going to mark it at the 34, so a gain of 1. Again, 4 receivers, 2 to each side. 2nd and 9. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line. They will have to start this drive at their own 2. Not a good idea from Namir Marable to try and find his open target. First down for TEP. Blitz shown. Here they come. The handoff bounces, ends up going backwards. A loss of 1. Backed up to their own 1 this time. Now, TEP's got to be careful here. I would think that the Lincoln defense is smelling blood. McLeish under center. Hits it off. Working his way forward. Gets to the 5. Not a bad run this time for Jabri Wallace-Coleman. But a 3rd and 7 coming up here for the Panthers. Shifting here and working. Now, McLeish in the shotgun. Nearly got him with the hard count. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. McLeish calling a hot route, I would think. Back is McLeish. Over the middle. Finds his man. First down and more. Pulling his way to the 25. Zaire Pollard able to move the chains. Second completion of the day for the Panthers. Marking at the 26, in fact. So again, a 21 for Pollard. On first down, the handoff. Wallace-Coleman. 5, maybe 6 for Jabri Wallace-Coleman. It'll be 5. Mark him at the 31. Second and 5 now. Working quickly is TEP. 3 receivers to the near side. Hand off to Wallace-Coleman off the left side. Stiff arms the man. Gets brought down. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Mark him at the 37. TEP using their running game to keep moving the chains. Wallace-Coleman will come out for this play. McLeish in the shotgun. Up the middle. Gain of 2 this time. So, 2nd and 8 from the 39 for the Panthers. Trip stack to the near side. McLeish will hand it off. Not much. Oh boy. Thought I saw some extracurriculars happening. It was Yazid McCorkle on those last 2 carries. 3rd and looks like 5 for the Panthers. McLeish tries to get up with the hard count. No go. Getting some instructions from the sidelines. Trip spread to the near side. Back is McLeish over the left. Incomplete. A little bit out of the reach of Kareem Abdul-Haq. And force a punt from the Panthers. Back to return the punt from Joe McLeish. Gets it away. Good one. Says let it go. It'll take a good roll for the Panthers and be down at the 14. 3:20 to go in this first quarter. A 7-6 lead for the Rail Splitters, and they are looking to keep the momentum on their side. A touchdown drive for Lincoln off the opening kickoff, which they recovered themselves. Last drive had some real good offensive plays through the air, but an interception killed it. 2 backs this time for the Rail Splitters. 3 receivers, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far. In the shotgun. On the keeper, coughs it up. Let's see what happened. They're still fighting for it. Ball is marked at the 12. Let's see. Let's see that couldn't quite see who recovered it. Looks like Lincoln was able to fall on it. Ends up being a loss of 2. The fumble recovered by the Rail Splitters. They hang onto it. So, 2nd and a dozen coming up for Lincoln from their own. Actually, make it 2nd and 11 from the 13. Ended up being a loss of only 1 on the fumble. Single back alongside the quarterback this time. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Back, pump, over the right, not much. Back to the line at best, maybe. Tep's defense stepping up on this drive, bringing up a 3rd and long for the Rail Splitters, 3rd and 11 to be precise, at their own 13. Two receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, 2 backs alongside the QB in the shotgun. Motion. Play action. Steps up. Rolling in trouble. Brought down right with the sack. Ends up be called, I would wager. Right now, Imhotep, as correct so far, Tep has had a lot of problems on special teams. They've got to clean those up right now to see what happens. I would wager kick catch interference is, what's this? Checking on the coaching staff. Let's check in with Lincoln's coaching staff to make sure about the play. We shall see. And meanwhile, coaches from both sides want some explanation about this call. I think Lincoln is arguing that Tep's guy pushed them into the return man. Meanwhile, the officials are trying to plead their team, are listening to the team's cases. But 51 seconds remain in this first quarter. A 7-6 lead for Lincoln. The officials are talking. I believe, let's confirm the call here. Now the officials are going to check over with the Tep side. We're going to see, I believe the call was kick catch interference. This one, they're debating about this. If they pick up this flag, it would be devastating for Imhotep. Kick catch interference will indeed be called. Penalty was at the 38-yard line, so that will give Tep possession just outside of the red zone. A golden opportunity for the Panthers to take the lead. Tep will get it. I would wager, let's see exactly where they mark it. I think it's going to be at the 23. Mark it at the 22, in fact. So, no, it is the 23. My fault. A big opportunity for the Panthers to take the lead here. Trips to the near side, stacked to the ISO to the far. McLeish in the shotgun. Hand off to Jabri Wallace. Coleman tries to cut outside. Still on his feet, close. Got at least mark it at the 18, a gain of 5 for Wallace Coleman. We shall see if Tep decides to run another play before the end of the quarter. They don't have to, but we'll see. Blitz shown on 2nd and 5. They back off. Wallace Coleman trying to bounce outside. Back to the line, but no farther. Nothing on the ground this time for Jabri Wallace Coleman. And that is how this first quarter will come to a close. They'll line up, but they won't get a playoff. A big 3rd down in the red zone coming up on the other side of the field. 12 minutes of the books here at Martin Memorial. The score, Lincoln Rail Splitters 7, but Imhotep Panthers 6. You are watching the Philadelphia Public League Class 6A Football Championship here on SFBN. Second quarter ready to get started here at Martin Memorial. Morgan Killian-Mosley here with you. A big 3rd and 8 here for the Imhotep Panthers from the Lincoln 18. Joe McLeish in the shotgun. 2 receivers to each side now, changing something up at the line. Draw, Wallace Coleman up the middle. Let's see, I think he got it. He did. Plunging forward to the 9, gain of 9 to move the chains for Jabri Wallace Coleman. 1st and goal for the Panthers at the Lincoln 9. McLeish in the shotgun. He'll give it to Wallace Coleman again, trying to get outside. Able to escape 1 tackle, trying to get his way to the goal line. He's going to be just short. Mark him at about the 2. Wallace Coleman working his way ahead. The Tep offense working quickly. Three receivers, two to the near side, one to the far, tight end to the far as well. McLeish will hand it off. Wallace Coleman and Lincoln saw it coming and gang tackled Wallace Coleman. Ends up being a loss of 4 back to the 6. Actually, mark it up. Maybe more. I thought, no, that is indeed the case. 3rd and goal coming up for Tep. 4 receivers now, 2 to each side. McLeish from the shotgun. Lincoln showing blitz. McLeish getting some instructions from the sideline. Here they come on the draw. Wallace Coleman plunges forward. He'll get to the 3. Got 3 yards back, and a decision to be made by Tep head coach Devon Johnson. Look, from the looks of it, he's going to keep the offense on the field. 3 receivers and a tight end now. McLeish in the shotgun. 4th down. On the keeper, McLeish, shovel pass, touchdown, Tep! Mackay Davis, the tight end, pulls it in on the shovel pass, and Tep takes the lead. Excellent work. A little bit of misdirection with the play action and the shovel pass to Davis to put the Panthers on top. Now McLeish will try to tack on the extra point. McLeish adds the extra point this time. About 2 minutes, 40 seconds into the second quarter, Imhotep takes the lead, 13-7. The Panthers now in front. Nice response by the Tep offense. And we shall see how the Rail Splitters will respond to that drive to start the second quarter. All right, now. Kassan Chappell to kick it away. Oh. Sends it away. Bit of a short kick. Fielded by one of the up men and fallen on. Lincoln will start their drive at their own 34, it looks like. Let's see. Mark it at the 35, in fact. Touchdown, interception, punt. The scoring drive results for the Rail Splitters thus far. Let's see what they can do with drive number 4. Namir Marable in the shotgun. He'll hand it off. Not much initially, but a good second effort turns the loss into a gain. It'll be 2 this time on the ground. Lincoln's passing attack has done well. The rushing attack, not so much. That play got them back on the plus side in total rushing yards. Now, 2nd and 8. Motion. Handoff again. Working off right tackle. Gets 2, maybe 3. Mark it at the 40, so a gain of 3. So, it was David Akpuru on those last 2 carries for the Rail Splitters. Now, Mahir Jordan, I should say, is the one in the shotgun. Jordan getting some instructions from the sideline. 2 receivers to each side. Jordan back. Rolling to his left. Gets it away. Incomplete. Looking for Akpuru on that play. 3 and out again for the Lincoln offense. Back to back 3 and outs for the Rail Splitters. Exactly what Coach Hakeem Cooper did not want. Snap. Punt is blocked. Fielded at the 47, and Tep looking to turn it around. Nice work by the Tep special teams unit. Tep will take over at the Lincoln 30. Nicely done. The Panther special teams unit, much maligned in the first quarter, doing some good work to redeem themselves with that block punt. And for the 2nd drive in a row, the Imhotep offense will take over in opposing territory. McLeish in the shotgun for the Panthers. 4 receivers this time. Ronell Word will take the handoff. Cuts back outside. Still on his feet. Knocked down. Good gain for Ward. 5, maybe 6 for him. Four and a half minutes into this second quarter. As of now, McLeish in the shotgun. 2nd and 7, actually. 2nd and 3, actually. Word tries to get to the marker. He'll be held up at the 22. Gain of 1 this time for Ronell Word. 3rd and short coming up here for the Panthers. McLeish checking it. Word will come out. Jabri Wallace-Coleman back in for Tep. Making sure the personnel are right. Trips to the near side this time. Motion not coming yet. ISO to the far side. Blitz shown by Lincoln. They back off. Wallace-Coleman cuts away from one man inside the 10. And Wallace-Coleman will be marked at the, might be the 8. But either way, massive gain for Jabri Wallace-Coleman. It'll be marked at the 10, 1st and goal. Handoff. Wallace-Coleman off right tackle inside the 5. Mark him at the 5. Good work for Jabri Wallace-Coleman. He has been a force on the ground thus far for the Panther offense. Second and goal from the 5 for Tep. 2 receivers to each side. Motion now. Fakes the jet sweep. Handoff. Wallace-Coleman off right tackle. Touchdown! Imhotep! Jabri Coleman, a 5-yard run to finish off the drive and increase the Panther lead. Nice little bit of misdirection. Last couple of drives, Tep used the run to set up McLeish in the running game and passing game. This time, McLeish called Wallace Coleman's number, and he finished off the drive himself. Now McLeish will try to add the extra point. No good. That might have been partially blocked. Nice job by the Lincoln special teams unit to respond. Roughly 5.5 minutes remaining in the half. The score, Imhotep 19, Lincoln 7. McLeish to kick it away for Tep. Sends it away. Fielded at the 15. Working his way back. And getting it back to the 33 is Demir Durham. So, that's where the offense will take over for the Rail Splitters. A good first drive of the game, surprising them with after the mistake by the Imhotep special teams. One play to the house, but the Lincoln offense hasn't done very much since. An interception and then back-to-back 3-and-outs. Let's see what the offense can do here for the Rail Splitters. But here, Jordan in the shotgun, motion. Off the option. Jordan is going to keep it, tries to get outside. And that didn't go anywhere near what was hoped for. Ends up being a loss of 4 on the play. Just nowhere for Mahir Jordan to go. Well scouted by the Tep D. 2nd and 14 coming up for the Rail Splitters at their own 29. Offense shifting out, trips now to the near side. ISO to the far. Motion now. Pumps, fakes the screen, going deep, wide open, incomplete, but a flag. Jordan, and maybe, I thought there might have been a roughing the passer afterwards, but no. It's likely going to be a pass interference call. Good, smart play by Mahir Jordan to go deep over the middle and draw the flag. And well, actually I stand corrected. It's just going to be a hold. But since it is a defensive holding prior to the pass, move the chains anyway. Or at least I thought it would move the chains. The defensive holding should move the chains, shouldn't it? I guess not at this level. Either way. 2nd and 4 now. Handoff, plunging ahead. Good stop by the Tep D. Only a 1-yard gain this time. Big hit there. Now, that'll bring up a 3rd and 3 here for the Rail Splitter offense. They've already had back-to-back 3-and-outs. They don't want to make it 3 in a row. Coach Hakeem Cooper is definitely hoping his offense converts here. 2 receivers to each side. Off the shift, rolling, finds a man. First down and more, Akpuru. He is able to get his way into Tep territory to the 46. Gain of 14 on the play for Akpuru to move the chains. Nice work there. Bit of strength, bit of smarts, good blocking. That's what you want. 4 minutes to go in this first half. A 19-7 lead for Imhotep. Lincoln looking to cut into it. 3 receivers to the near side on first down, 1 to the far. Motion. Hand off again, up the middle. Still on his feet. First down and more inside the 30. Mark him at the 28. Nice run there by Tyseer Jones. Good work there by Lincoln. Their rushing offense coming to life here on this drive. Now, 2 receivers to each side again. Motion. Hand off again. Working inside. Much more modest gain, only 2 this time. Clock still rolling on, less than 3 minutes remaining in this first half. 2nd and 8 coming up here for the Rail Splitters at the TEP 26. Directing traffic here, getting themselves to the line. 2 receivers to each side again. Do we have a wildcat formation here? Pumps, fires over the right, overthrown, intercepted again. 2nd pick of the game for the Imhotep D. This time, I believe it was Ion Smith. I'm not. It might have been Smith. It might be the 2nd pick for Malik Drayton. Wow. But either way, either way, not a well-thrown ball there. TEP will take over inside at their own 1. It works somewhat like a punt, but you don't want that in this juncture of the game. Another drive that could have netted some points for the Rail Splitters. It went wrong. Now, TEP in the shadow of their own goal line. You know Lincoln wants to come up big on D. McLeish under center. They'll hand it off. Wallace Coleman. Let's see. Not much, maybe 18 inches. Not much for Wallace Coleman this time. We shall see. They mark him at the 2, so it was a gain of 1. McLeish in the shotgun this time. Now steps under center after relaying something to the line. Handoff. Wallace Coleman cuts off tackle. Bouncing outside. First down. Nice work by Wallace Coleman. Nets himself 14 on that play. Nice work by, as said, the future Penn State Nittany Lion, Jabri Wallace Coleman. It's going to be, as the clock rolls inside, 90 seconds remaining in this half. 2-minute drill now. McLeish will swing it to the left side, working his way. Ball's loose, knocked out of his hands, but they ruled that Kareem Abdul-Haq was down. They mark Abdul-Haq down at the 29. Ends up being a gain of 13 for Kareem Abdul-Haq. Clock still will continue to run, though. 70 seconds now. McLeish back. Play action. Has time. Over the left. Finds a man. First and more. Bouncing off this man. Inside the 40. 30. Stiff arm to the 22. Zaire Pollard. A massive play. There is a flag, however. This one is going to come back. The Tep fans absolutely incensed on the holding call, but unfortunately for them, there is nothing they can do about it. Let's see. Did they call the hold during the run? It looks like that is indeed the case. It should be. This play should be. Let's see. The officials are gonna. Let's see where they mark the hole. They'll mark it at the 19. Yeah, as expected. So, clock rolls. 1 minute to go in the half. So, first and 20 now. Trips to the far side. Rolling is McLeish. Pumps. Flag thrown over the right. Nice back shoulder catch, but I don't think this one's going to count either. Another hold called. That'll negate that passing play. That one's going to be half the distance to the goal, so that will back the Panthers inside their own 10. Back-to-back holding calls on the Imhotep offense, negating two massive passing plays, 46 seconds. Both teams have all three timeouts, so you're in that no man's territory where you kind of have to go for it, but you kind of don't. You want to somewhat you might want to run the ball, but if you do, Lincoln would use their timeouts. Although, considering how well Wallace Coleman has done on the ground, maybe you'd be willing to risk that. Clock is rolling. 25 seconds now off the motion. McLeish back on the screen over the middle. Inside, Mark gets past the 20. Mark him at the 23. Wallace Coleman, the catch, gain of 14. And finally, somebody uses a timeout. It's going to be Tep. That's their first with 10 seconds remaining. Interesting. I don't know what. I'm surprised that either team let it run down this long before using a timeout. But we shall see what happens. Maybe Tep has something up their sleeve, but maybe Lincoln does as well. So, Imhotep head coach Devon Johnson definitely wants to put some more points on the board before the half. As for Lincoln and their head coach Hakeem Cooper, you know they want to get a stop and takeaway and at least keep the score where it is. Now, both teams coming out of the huddle, officials making sure they all have time to get set. Let's see. And McLeish will just take a knee, and that will end the first half. A good start for Lincoln, but Tep has had the momentum ever since. 24 minutes down, 24 to go. The score, the Imhotep Panthers 19, the Lincoln Rail Splitters 7. You are watching the Philadelphia Public League Class 6A Football Championship here on the Sports Fanbase Network. Second half ready to begin here at Charlie Martin Memorial. The Imhotep Panthers with a 19-7 lead on the Lincoln Rail Splitters. Morgan Killian Mosley here with you. A bit of trepidation by the TEP special teams for the opening kickoff led to a recovery by the Rail Splitters and a one-play touchdown drive. But it has been all TEP ever since. Taking this kickoff for Lincoln is Zion Brettel. He will get to the 33. The Rail Splitters will start there. And we shall see. Never mind, hold the phone. We have a flag prior to that. Let's see which way this goes. Ooh, unsportsmanlike conduct called on TEP. Yeesh. That is exactly what you didn't want. So tack on 15 after the return. Much better starting field position for the Rail Splitters. They will start it at their own 48. Mahir Jordan in the shotgun. 4 receivers. On first down. The handoff gets 2, maybe 3 this time. Not a bad drive opening run for David Akpuru. Honestly, Lincoln's passing game, it was good early, but Jordan has thrown a couple of interceptions. I think if you're head coach Akeem Cooper, you throw some short passes to try and get Jordan going again. Handoff on 2nd and 7. Powers up the middle and getting the first down. Needed 8, got a dozen, did Akpuru. At the TEP 38, good work by Akpuru to move the chains. He has certainly done his job for the Lincoln Rail Splitters thus far today. From the TEP 38, trips to the far side, ISO to the near. Hand off again, Akpuru blown up in the backfield. Loss of 2. Nice work there by TEP's Amir Blackshear to cut that one down. Second and a dozen coming up for Lincoln at the Imhotep 40. Again, Jordan in the shotgun. Trips to the near side this time. Showing press on the near side split end. Receivers going over the routes. Motion now. That is Bay. Play action. Slings it over the left. Finds a man. And incomplete. Dropped by Brettel. Trying to find something quick and easy to get him going, but not to be. 3rd and 12 coming up for Lincoln from the Imhotep 40. I don't know if you'd call this no man's territory, whether this might be 4-down territory, I'm not sure. Motion. Rolling to his right is Jordan. Pumps. Fires across his left. Bad throw. Brettel wants a flag. Won't. He did get one. Interesting. Samir Locks had a chance at a pick. From what I can tell, the call is holding. It will indeed be a defensive hold from what I can tell. There it is. And that is going to move. Oh, I thought it was going to move the chains, but not to be. But it will be a much easier 3rd down. 3rd and 2? Hold on. That doesn't seem right. Holding call. Third and a deuce. It is from the 30. Motion now is Bay. Hand off. Apuru off left side. First down and more. Inside the 20. 15 to the 12. Out of bounds near the 10. They will mark David Apuru out of bounds at the 11. Excellent work. 19 yards on the ground for Apuru. And Lincoln is in business in the red zone. 2.5 minutes into this second half. Lincoln first down just inside the, actually mark it just inside the 11. Hand off, Apuru, forget it. Not this time. Big stop by Tep Amir Blackshear with his second TFL of the drive. Second and 11 coming up now for Lincoln at the Tep 12. 3 minutes into this second half, 19-7 Imhotep in front. Lincoln looking to cut that deficit. Jordan, play action, over the right, finds his man, stretches. Touchdown, Lincoln. Joseph Gonzalez pulls it in and takes it in, and that will cut the Tep lead in half. Nice work by Gonzalez to pull it in and get it across. McElwain for the extra point. Michael McElwain connects on it. 3:15 roughly into the second half. Lincoln right back in the game. It is now 19-14. Imhotep in front. A good first drive of the second half for the Lincoln Rail Splitters. And the lead for Imhotep is down to 5. 19-14. The Panthers in front. Let's see how they respond with their first drive of the second half. Morgan Killian Mosley here with you. Good work by Lincoln to get a good drive on the ground from David Apuru to set up the Mahir Jordan to Joseph Gonzalez dozen-yard connection. Mike McElwain kicks it away. Into the end zone it goes. That's a touchback. Imhotep, excellent work on their first drive. They got a touchdown. Stumbled in their second drive, had to put it away. But back-to-back touchdown drives afterwards for Tep. The last drive of the half, they decided to just take a knee. Now, let's see how the Imhotep offense will respond to Lincoln's second half opening strike. Joe McLeish in the shotgun. Hands it off. Working his way outside, Jabri Wallace Coleman, a good gain. There is a flag, however. This one is likely coming back. Officials just making sure. I would wager it will be a hold. Indeed it is. So back him up 10. So it'll, instead of 1st and 10 from the 20, 1st and 20 from the 10. Two receivers to each side on 1st and 20. Motion is Wallace Coleman. Back is McLeish. He'll swing it to Wallace Coleman, and it's off his hands, incomplete. Just off his hands. Jabri Wallace Coleman couldn't hang on. Might have gotten some yardage on it, but it looks like he tried to run with it before he caught it. So, 2nd and 20 now for the Panthers from their own 16 actually. On the handoff, Wallace Coleman to the 21, gain of 5 on that play. Quickly to the line. 2 receivers again. 3rd and 9. McLeish in the shotgun, blitz shown. That will cause McLeish to audible. Directing traffic, now shifting to the opposite side. Here comes the blitz. McLeish steps up, checks it down, nice work. Wallace Coleman gets the first down and more, bounces off a man. Nice work to the 40. Excellent job there to move the chains. Gain of 19 for Jabri Wallace Coleman from the 40 now. Again, 2 receivers to each side. McLeish will hand it off. Wallace Coleman up the middle. Good gain to the 47. Gain of 7 for the soon-to-be Penn State Nittany Lion, actually making a gain of 8 to the 48. On 2nd and 2, McLeish in the shotgun again. 2 receivers each side. Wallace Coleman again up the middle. First down, gets himself to the Lincoln 46. Needed 2, got 8. And Wallace Coleman's got to be close to 100 yards on the ground here. On 1st down from the Lincoln 46. Hand off up the middle, Coleman again. Another, ball's loose. Let's see, did Lincoln come up with it? Let's say they did. Whoa. It was Kaiser Clark who came out of it with the football. And this is a massive break. First takeaway for the Lincoln, actually second. No, it is the first takeaway for the Lincoln defense. Nicely done to strip them loose. Ends up being a gain of 12, but the Lincoln will take it at their own 32. Handoff, Akpuru, first down and more, 50, 40, inside the 30, still on his feet, down to the 23. Wow. 35 yards on the ground for David Akpuru. And the Lincoln offense is in business. From the 23-yard line of tap, 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters. 2 receivers to the far side. Akpuru in motion, the hand. Up it goes, working. This time it was Elvin Bay on the carry. Gets to the 15, 7 yards on the ground. Well, I was going to suggest that Lincoln try and open up the passing game a little bit more, but seems like the rushing attack has been much more effective, and Hakeem Cooper must be thinking, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Second and looks like a deuce. 2nd and 2 for Lincoln from the TEP 15. Jordan in the shotgun, trips to the far side. On the keeper, Jordan. First and more, inside the 10, slides down at the 6. Nice work by Mahir. Jordan gets himself 7 and moves the chains. First and goal for the Rail Splitters at the TEP 8. This has been a momentum-shifting drive. Let's see if Lincoln can punch it in and take the lead back. Roughly 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. First and goal from the 6. Jordan hands it off. Akpuru. Back to the line, and maybe not even that. Looks like he lost a yard. The TEP defense able to stuff that one in its tracks. Second and goal coming up for the Rail Splitters from the 7. So far, Mahir Jordan making sure the signals are correct from his offensive coordinator, and they're still having trouble getting together on the signals. And that is going to cause Lincoln to use their first time out of the half. About 3 minutes remaining in this third quarter. A 19-14 lead for Imhotep. Lincoln trying to take it away. Out of the timeout. Second and goal for Lincoln from the TEP 7. Motion. Handoff. Working his way back outside. Inside the 5. Touchdown! Lincoln! David Akpuru finishes it, the drive off with a 7-yard run, and the Rail Splitters take the lead. Wow. David Akpuru has been a force on the ground for the Rail Splitters thus far today, and he has just put Lincoln back in front. Michael McElwain for the extra point to make it a 2-point lead. Blocked! And they'll fall on it. So it'll remain a 1-point lead for the Rail Splitters. 3:07 remaining in this third quarter. 20-19, Lincoln has the lead. 3:07 remaining in the third quarter. A 20-19 lead for the Abraham Lincoln Rail Splitters. Points off turnovers will always help you win. And Lincoln just got themselves 7 off a Imhotep fumble. And the Panther offense needs to respond on this drive. David Akpuru, as mentioned, a force on the ground today for Lincoln. And we shall see if Jabri Wallace-Coleman can recover from the fumble he coughed up and continue to be a force on the ground for the Panthers. Into the end zone it goes. Touchback. Tep will start at the 20 again. Wallace-Coleman, as mentioned during this broadcast, will be headed to Penn State next year. His teammate Zahir Mathis will be going to rival Ohio State. Mathis is a defensive end, so it's quite possible that those two could be lining up against each other at the Big House or in Happy Valley at the Horseshoe or Happy Valley the next 4 years. Wallace-Coleman will take it here, cuts outside. Good gain, gets 9 to the 29. Of course, it could be said that Wallace-Coleman might not be on the bitter end of those clashes because James Franklin cannot beat Ohio State, but that's a conversation for another time. Wallace-Coleman will take it off the left side this time. He gets the first down. Mark him at the 34. 5 yards on the ground this time for Jabri Wallace-Coleman. That no-huddle offense for Tep still doing their thing. Again, 4 receivers spread, 2 to each side. Wallace-Coleman will take it again. Off tackle. Good gain. Let's say 8, maybe 9. Looks like 9 to the 43. Second and short now. 2 receivers to each side. McLeish in the shotgun. Hand off Wallace-Coleman again. First down. Gets to the 47 to move the chains. Jabri Wallace-Coleman, 27 yards on the ground in this drive. He will come off here. Get himself a breather. Hand off to Word this time, and Darrell Word. Good gain for him. Gets 10 to move the chains. Ronell Word has done good work to spell Wallace-Coleman thus far today. Hand off to Word again off the left side. Gets himself to the 38 of Lincoln. 5 more yards on the ground. Same formation. Same deal. Up the middle this time is Word. He's going to be close to the marker. They'll spot him a yard short at the 34. Wallace-Coleman will come back in for this 3rd and 1. Again, 4 receivers. Wallace-Coleman to Joe McLeish's right. Motion now. Fakes the drive, stretching out. Wallace-Coleman, they're going to say his knee was down before he stretched it out. 4th down coming up. And this is going to be big. 2 receivers to each side. 4th and 1. McLeish will sneak it. He's going to get it. First down, Mark McLeish at the 31. Nice job by Joe McLeish to just take it himself and move the chains. But meanwhile, a lineman needed a little help getting aside, but that doesn't matter because the 3rd quarter has finished. 12 minutes to go. We will crown a public league champion at that point. The score right now after 3. The Lincoln Rail Splitters 20. The Imhotep Panthers 19. You are watching the Public League Class 6A Football Championship here on the Sports Fanbase Network. Fourth quarter, ready to go here at Charlie Martin Memorial. The Imhotep Panthers looking to take back the lead. Bouncing outside on first down, Jabri Wallace-Coleman, not a chance this time. Loss of 2 for him this time. The Lincoln defense was ready. So, from the Lincoln 31, 2nd and 12 now for Tep. Joe McLeish in the offset pistol. Wallace-Coleman will take it with him. Jabri Wallace-Coleman takes the handoff here. He's pulling his way. I think they're going to mark him at the 22, looks like. Gain of 9 this time for Wallace-Coleman. 3rd and a deuce. Actually, they'll mark him at the 22, 3rd and 3 for the Panthers. 4 receivers in a double stack. Motion now. The handoff. Wallace-Coleman gets the first down. Mark him at the 14. Needed 2, got 8. Nice work by Jabri Wallace-Coleman. He will take a breather. Or at least I thought he was going to take a breather, but not yet. From the 14, tap in the red zone. Double stacks again. Up the middle again. Wallace-Coleman gets himself 5 to the 9. Well, both teams using their rushing attacks effectively in this game. David Akpuru and Jabri Wallace-Coleman, the ones have been the ones. He takes it here. Can he get in? He's going to be close. Or did the ball come out? Beanbag dropped the ball. They say the ball came out. They're going to check. Let's see. The officials are going to talk. Did Wallace-Coleman break the plane? And did the ball come? They're going to say that he... They gotta say touchback. Wow, Wallace-Coleman coughed it up. Oh my. The one thing that this drive could have stopped it. The one thing, the one blemish on Jabri Wallace-Coleman's game today has been fumbles. Ball security is job security, as I was told by my SFBN colleague Jack Byrne. And Wallace-Coleman coughs it up for the 2nd time today. For the 2nd consecutive drive, in fact. Lincoln took it to the house the first time Wallace-Coleman coughed it up. If the Rail Splitters can do it again, that could prove devastating for Tep. First down for Lincoln from their own 20. Akpuru gets stuffed in the backfield. Loss of, looks like they're going to say 2. I thought it was a loss of 4. Wow. You just never know sometimes. Imhotep heavily favored coming into this matchup, especially considering the September 20th result between these two teams. But they have kept the Rail Splitters in this matchup. Mahir Jordan on the RPO, across, tipped, and complete. That was close. Looking for Joseph Gonzalez, I believe. Not sure who it was that broke it up. It was, let's take a look. It was Caleb Wosley, I believe, with the contact. It was dangerously close to early. The officials let it go. 3rd and a dozen now for Lincoln from their own 18. Trips to the near side. ISO to the far. Jordan back. Rolls. Hit as he released. Incomplete. Tried to check it down over the middle to Zion Brettel. Brettel couldn't get it. Might have been thrown a little bit behind him. And a late flag. Oh my. Are they going to rule a sideline warning? They are going to call a sideline warning on. It is only a warning for Tep. They can't do it again or they'll get hit. Punt team out there. It is indeed a 3 and out. Punt is bad. And oh my goodness, did that bounce off a Tep helmet? And why did Brettel run the wrong way? This is a bit chaotic here. Well, I think they're gonna. Let's see what the ruling is. They're gonna rule this an illegal touching, I would wager. But if Brettel, yeah. They are going to rule it illegal touching, thankfully for Lincoln, because Brettel did a Jim Marshall and ran the wrong way, and that would have been a safety. Yeah, things could have gone way haywire. But either way, after that bit of madness, Tep will take it at the Lincoln 33. This is their second best starting field position of the game. Trips to the near side, stacked. ISO to the far. Joe McLeish in the shotgun. Handoff, Jabri Wallace-Coleman. Swings on the outside. Gain of 5, but a flag. This one's probably coming back. Indeed it will. The supporters for Tep are obviously livid, but unfortunately the call stands. 1st and 20 now for the Imhotep Panthers at the 43. Now, receivers spread, 2 to each side. McLeish in the offset pistol. Wallace-Coleman takes the handoff off the left side, finds a hole. Good cut down. 11, maybe 12 for Jabri Wallace-Coleman. And if he'd have been able to escape that last cut down, he would have been gone. 2nd and 8 now. Actually make it 2nd and 9. Bit of a high snap. Wallace-Coleman will take the handoff again. Close to the marker again. He's going to be maybe a foot short. And the officials are going to take a timeout. I think they're going to bring... There's an injured player down, so while the Lincoln staff checks on him, we're going to step aside. It was David Akpuru who was getting checked out. He is getting a little bit of attention on the Lincoln sidelines. 3rd and 1 coming up for the Imhotep Panthers at the Lincoln 24. McLeish, did he get there? Let's see, on the sneak. Let's see where they mark him. It's going to be close. I think they're going to give it to him. Let's see where they spot it. No, he's going to be short. 4th down coming up here. 4th and about 2 feet, I would wager. McLeish sliding under center. Powering forward. And it looks like McLeish got past the marker. Let's see. I think that second effort was enough to get McLeish past the marker. Let's see. He did indeed get enough for the first down. Good work by the O-line and the help. Trip stack to the near side on first down. Wallace Coleman working ahead. Gets to the 20, 3 yards this time for the future Penn State Nittany Lion. The clock inside 7 minutes remaining in regulation. A 1-point lead for Lincoln. Tep trying to take it back. 4 receivers this time on 2nd and 7. Hand off again. Wallace Coleman up the middle. Gets the first down. Dives forward. Gets inside the 10. Mark him at the 9. 1st and goal now for Tep. And if you're Jabri Wallace Coleman, you are focusing everything on protecting the rock. They'll give it to him. Works off a tackle. That shoestring stop brings Wallace Coleman down at the 3. Whew. Nicely done to keep things alive for the Lincoln D and hope for a chance of another takeaway. 2nd and goal now from the 3. McLeish again in the shotgun with Wallace Coleman alongside him. Blitz coming. They hand it off to him, and he won't get there. Mark him at the 2. It's getting dicey here for the Tep offense. 3rd and 2 coming up. Ronell Word will be in the backfield for this 3rd and goal. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 and a tight end to the near. A bit of a high snap. Word, he's going to get stuffed in the backfield. 4th down coming up. 4th and goal from the 5. And Devin Johnson has a decision to make. And it looks like he's going to bring in the field goal unit to try and take the lead. McLeish, the quarterback, is also the kicker. This will be a 22-yarder for him to try and put the Panthers back in front. Kick is up. It is good. Good work by Joe McLeish to get that one through the uprights. 4:38 remaining in regulation. Imhotep back in front, 22-20. stuttering, bro. McLeish to kick it away after putting the Panthers up by 2 with 4:38 remaining. Kick is away. From the 7. Working back outside. Good effort there. Marking him at the 32. Good return there by Zion Brettel. Well, Lincoln's offense coming up with a touchdown on 2 drives. They had a 3-and-out on their last one. Let's see how they respond being down. Trips to the far side on 1st and 10. Jordan in the shotgun. The handoff. Akpuru back in the game. Finds a hole. 1st down and more. Midfield. Blast through. 40. Still on his feet. 30 to the 25. 24-yard run to the 24. David Akpuru, outstanding. 44 yards for the junior running back for Lincoln. And again, the Rail Splitters in business. At the tap 24. Jordan in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the far side. Jordan getting some signals. Handoff up the middle. Not much, if anything, this time for Kaishion Dawkins. Back to the line at best for him. From the 24. It'll be a 2nd and 10 coming up for the Rail Splitters. Dawkins will come off. Jordan getting some instructions from the coaching staff. Clock rolls on. Inside 3 minutes 20 seconds remaining. Shifting now. Back is Jordan. Fires over the left. Incomplete. Looking for Brettel. Dylan Abram on the coverage. The passing game has just not worked well after the halfway point of the first quarter for the Lincoln Rail Splitters. 3rd and 10 now for Lincoln, coming up at the 24 of the Imhotep Panthers. 3 minutes and change remaining in regulation. Tap up by 2, and their fans starting to crank up. Trips to the far side, low snap. Jordan back, juggles, finds a man. Brittle. 1st and more, 15, 10-5, touchdown! Lincoln on a busted play. Somehow, Mahir Jordan finds Zion Brettel, and the Rail Splitters are back in front. 2nd 24-yard touchdown reception for Zion Brettel. On a busted play. Jordan able to field the snap and get it to Brettel over the middle, and Brettel just cut past everyone and took it to the house. And a timeout called by head coach Hakeem Cooper, and he may be wanting to go for 2 here to try and turn it into a 6-point game. With just under 3 minutes remaining. This is massive. We shall see what happens. Lincoln fans saying they may have just, Lincoln fans feeling very confident right now. Of course, Tep knows this game's not over yet. Not by a long shot. Let's see. Let's see what the play call is here from Coach Hakeem Cooper. And the offense is coming back out to the field. The Rail Splitters will go for two. Two backs alongside Jordan Akpuru. Looks like he may be taking the direct snap here. He will. Plunges forward. Oh! Shovel pass incomplete! Oh my! Little bit of trickery. Look, and Akpuru looking for Tyseer Jones, but a little too tall was the pass. And that could prove costly because now, instead of a touchdown tying the game, it'll give Tep the lead and most likely the win. The Lincoln defense knows they have to step up. Akpuru might have been a little too anxious, maybe a little too energized at that little Patrick Mahomes-esque play. And that may have caused the high throw. So, Tep offense getting ready to try and put together what could be a game-winning drive. Tep, not just one of the best teams in the city, not just one of the best teams in the state, but nationally ranked. If they fall here, it'll be a stunner. Michael McElwain kicks it away for Lincoln. Fielded at the 8. Working it inside. Brought down at the 25. Not a bad return overall. So, 75 yards is the ask for Imhotep and quarterback Joe McLeish. You know Jabri Wallace-Coleman is going to come up big on this drive as he has on all of them for the Panthers. 2:54 to go, 75 yards. And the Panthers have all 3 timeouts. Plenty of time. Hand off. Wallace-Coleman shifts back. Gains 5, looks like. Yeah, it's going to be a 5-yard gain. Of course, Tep has been running a hurry-up offense all day, so this is nothing new for them. Back is McLeish on second down. Over the middle. Finds a man. First down and more. Inside to the 42. Good gain. Couldn't quite tell it whether it was Zaire Pollard or Bayer Murphy who made that catch, but either way, it moves the chain. 17 yards. Oh, actually 12 yards. Back is McLeish. Pumps in trouble. Brought down. And did they say that the ball? Let's see. They are going to rule that it is an incomplete pass, that McLeish's arm was going forward when he got hit. Ooh, major pressure coming there. I think it was Azim Mathis on the pressure. Now, 2nd and 10. Handoff. Nowhere. Lost a yard. This is getting very dicey for Imhotep. 3rd and 11 as the clock is ticking inside 2 minutes remaining in this one. On 3rd and 11, receivers stacked 4 to each side. Back is McLeish, pumps, evades the pressure, over the left, finds a man but could not pull it in. Oh my. Kareem Abdul-Haq had a chance at it, but just could not pull it in. 4th down. And now Lincoln and their supporters getting rallied. If they can get one more stop, this game could be it. Motion now. Timeout called by head coach Hakeem Cooper. That is Lincoln's second with 90 seconds remaining in regulation. This could be a game-ending play here. Of course, even if Lincoln does get the stop here on 4th down, Imhotep has all 3 timeouts, and you can guarantee that Devin Johnson will use them to try and get the ball back. Although, considering how well the Rail Splitters, particularly David Akpuru, have been on the ground in this game, that may be a big ask for the Tep D. Let's see here if Lincoln's D can come up with one more stop or if Tep can keep the drive alive. 4th and 11 for the Panthers. They need to get to the Lincoln 48 to keep this drive alive. The Rail Splitter defense reminding each other, protect the chains. McLeish back. Has time. Over the middle. Checks it down. He's not going to get there. Tried to lateral it, but it's not going to work. Sure, I couldn't tell. It might have been, I couldn't exactly tell. I think it was Abdul-Haq who tried to get there, but no matter what, Tep turns it over on downs, and it is looking bleak for the Panthers and bright for the Rail Splitters. 1:21 remaining in regulation. 1st and 10 for Lincoln at midfield. Imhotep has all 3 timeouts, and you can guarantee that they'll use them. Trips to the far side, ISO to the near. Akpuru in the backfield. Motion. They'll hand it to him. Stopped at the line is Akpuru. Timeout, Imhotep. That's their first. This could be a last gasp effort for the Panthers. And if they do get the stop with all 3 downs, they would get the ball back with a little bit less than a minute remaining. But you have to give credit to the coaching staff for Imhotep. But you definitely have to give Lincoln's coaching staff credit as well. And their players have responded to the challenge. And they are 75 seconds away from pulling off what has to be considered a major upset. 2 backs on 2nd and 10 alongside him. Akpuru takes the direct snap. Nothing. He went backwards, in fact. Loss of 1. Timeout again by Imhotep. That is their second. Win or lose, Lincoln's team came to play today. Neither team should have anything to hang their heads over. They have both played outstanding football today. And in all honesty, many people thought that this game wouldn't be that close. And this is the highest level of football in the state of Pennsylvania. And of the 4 public league title games we have had here on SFBN, this one has by far been the best. 3rd and 11 coming up for Lincoln from their own 49. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Jordan in the shotgun with Akpuru alongside him. Motion now. They play action. Finds a man, incomplete! Looking for Elvin Bay on the screen. Couldn't get it done. And now, not only does that mean a 3 and out for Lincoln, but it saves Tep a timeout. Coy Muse to punt it away here for Lincoln. Punt is blocked! Bouncing, rolling, out of bounds at the 19. Wow! Are you kidding me? That's the 2nd blocked punt of the day for the Imhotep special teams unit. And how in the name of all that did that man get through the line? Malik Drayton got his hands on it. He has been big. He has multiple interceptions today, and he came up huge. And now the momentum firmly in the corner of the Panthers. They have it in the red zone at the Lincoln 19 with less than a minute to go. Best starting field position the Panthers have had today. Let's see if they can cash in on it. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. McLeish in the shotgun. Handoff. Wallace Coleman up the middle. 15. Pushing forward still. They will rule him stopped at the 15. Have to get on. Have to be faster here. A 4-yard gain. Motion now. Got to get set. McLeish rolling to his right. Fires. Finds his man. Into the 10. Into the 5. Touchdown, Imhotep! No! They'll mark him out of bounds at the 1. They'll rule him out of bounds at the 1. I don't know how. I'm not sure. I thought that he crossed the plane, but not to be. But 1st and goal from the 1. I don't know how, but that was indeed the call. I thought Charles Belser had gotten in the end zone, but was not to be. Quickly to the line. Motion. Handoff. Up the middle. Close. 2nd effort. He's short. Down to the 1. Clock continues to roll. They gotta hurry. Clock's running out of time. Up the middle again. Did he get in this time? I don't know. What's the ruling? Touchdown! Touchdown, Imhotep! And there was no time on the clock. Joe McLeish able to plunge across the goal line to win it for the Imhotep Panthers. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't know how somehow, some way, the Imhotep Panthers pull off the miracle. 28-26. Imhotep hangs on and pulls off the last second win. Somehow, thriller and a half. Somehow a thriller and a half. And somehow, some way, 28-26, the Imhotep Panthers come back and take down the Lincoln Rail Splitters in what has to be the Public League Game of the Year.
I don't know how to work it. I don't know how to work it. The guy went down.
Somehow, I don't know how. You have to give both of these sides credit. You have to give both of these sides all the credit in the world. The Lincoln Rail Splitters fighting to the very end. The Imhotep Panthers able to come up with a massive blocked punt. Malik Drayton getting his hands on it. And somehow, some way, the Panthers of Imhotep able to pull off a game-winning drive. Joe McLeish able to get it done on that final yard. 28-26 in a thriller. The Panthers are able to survive and keep their title, and let's be, of not just a District 12 title, but a state title alive. Unbelievable. For head coach Hakeem Cooper, for his staff, and for this Lincoln Rail Splitter squad, you know this is devastating. But as cliche as it sounds, you know that that squad went out there and left everything they had on this field here at Charlie Martin Memorial. Oh my. The team's gathering together for a little post-game meetings. Lincoln is obviously devastated, and there is nothing but jubilation right now on Imhotep's sideline. Head coach Devin Johnson and his team, they have absolutely everything to be proud of today. In a thriller, the final score, Imhotep 28, Lincoln 26. Meanwhile, pose for your photo ops, Imhotep Panthers. You have earned it. Now, the trophy about to be presented to the Imhotep Panthers, and we shall see who it is that gains finals MVP. I would guess that Joe McLeish and Jabri Wallace-Coleman would be the front runners, although Malik Drayton would likely be a dark horse on the defensive end. So far, you have to give Lincoln side credit again. Absolutely nothing for them to be ashamed of. But congratulations to the Imhotep Charter Panthers. Once again, they are the Public League Class 6A champions. And so, the trophy handed out. Just waiting for them to raise it there. I think I see the finals MVP plate somewhere in there as well. This game will go down in history, folks. It was an instant classic. Just a wonderful matchup here today. Somehow, the Lincoln Rail Splitters fighting to the very end, and the Imhotep Panthers just enough at the tail end to pull it out. Congratulations to the Imhotep Charter Panthers. They are indeed, once again, the Public League Class 6A champions. But for them, this is just a starting point. They have their sights set on an even loftier goal. But congratulations to the Panthers. They are the 6A champions of Philadelphia Public League football. That will wrap things up here from Charlie Martin Memorial Stadium. For my producers and camera operators, Eric Butler, Ryan Woodman, and Jaden Torres, and for supervising producer Jack Cap, for everyone here at SFBN, Morgan Killian Mosley saying thank you for watching. Once again, the final score: the Imhotep Panthers 28, the Lincoln Rail Splitters 26, in an instant classic with a thrilling finish. The Panthers able to pull it out, and they will move on. You have been watching the Philadelphia Public League Class 6A Football Championship here on the Sports Fan Base Network.